First of all, we will set our fluid properties. This example will consider a gas condensate system with known values displayed on this slide. In general, you should have information about the produced gas measured at the first separator. In this case, we have a specific gravity of 0.72 with a nitrogen content of 1%. Condensate gravity is measured at 46.3 API with a separator pressure of 90 psia and a separator temperature of 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Previous studies have also shown that our condensate gas ratio, or CGR, is 125 barrels per million. Finally, the produced water has a measured salt content of 10,000 parts per million. With our known values, we can enter them into the Properties editor in Harmony. Gas properties are at the top of the list. Going through the drop-down menus, we have a few options. For PVT and viscosity correlations, we'll use the defaults. But if you want to know more about the correlations, you can always click on this help link. On the third drop-down, we will choose liquid-rich gas to enable the condensate calculations. On the fourth drop-down, we will use the default method of constant RV, or recombination. This method assumes that all of the condensate remains in the gas phase from reservoir to wellhead, only dropping out at the separator. I'll enter the values into the list. Water gravity can be adjusted here. I'll enter the salinity. I can get the water gravity to match. If you're interested in seeing the plots for your properties, please enter the reservoir pressure and temperature here. For example, entering a reservoir pressure of 2100 psia and a temperature of 120 F will initiate the calculations and the properties will be shown on the plots. Note that these plots describe behavior in the reservoir where temperature is assumed to be constant. Therefore, these plots do not necessarily describe wellbore behavior. If I wanted to consider oil as a separate phase in my system, I would enter the properties here. Most of the other properties in this list are necessary for reservoir modeling and not required for wellbore optimization. However, if advanced forecasts are required, these properties should be populated and used in the analytical model match. The forecast which you generate will then depend on these parameters.